Greetings and welcome back to the Witcher 1 Comedic analysis, where we analyze games comedically. This is the 5th part, so if you are a newcomer, please click here and watch from the very beginning. Or don't, I am just a voice from behind the screen, who am I to tell you what to do? Either way, Chapter 4, The Lakeside. The first thing that hits the eye is the mystical atmosphere and gorgeous 2D tapestry in the background, a really well-directed cutscene indeed. Then, a little girl explains what this chapter is going to be about, and what a big turnaround it is. No more dirty streets, no more sewers, no politics and treachery. Here people are happy, living in harmony with wildlife, although it seems that if location is infested with dozens of monsters instead of hundreds, it is considered safe in this world.
Is the shore safe?
Yes.
Almost all dialogue exposition here is optional, and combined with a beautiful cutscene, first minutes of this chapter are much better than of previous. But of course, it could have been even better. Main storyline here consists of a local wedding and a conflict between left and right Twix fish stick factories. All of this is told to us with dialogue and pointless NPC disappearance. Let me suggest a better intro. Folks have a local before wedding ritual in front of 2D tapestry. Rightist does his right-wing things and gets attacked by evil leftists. We teleport into the middle of them. The rightist uses this moment to dive away, we fight leftists, folks run away, but the resolute girl, or even better, the naiad, stays and explains to us whatever we didn't understand from this sequence. The girl is okay, but why have an exposition-heavy NPC when we can spread their text among other NPCs?
What? Did they send you here to dissolve my contract?
Pretty apparent becomes what I consider to be the biggest out-of-place book quote. I mean, of course, all this Lady of the Lake stuff that for my taste was weird and out of place even in the books. Yes, the beauty of the Witcher series is in adapting and reimagining folklore, but here it is not even reimagined. We have a powerful magical figure that lives in the lake biome, sends people to search for the Holy Grail, grants swords left and right, and provides the basis for a system of government. As an anarcho-syndicalist, I feel this being an overkill.
Supreme executive power derives from a mandate from the masses, not from some farcical aquatic ceremony.
Okay, back to the game. This time the chapter is short, simple, but interesting, with 3 main quests, one of which completes itself while you do others. I heavily disagree with making George Martin branch the main storyline, because it instantly kills off all isolated local fairytale haven vibes, resulting in much less emotional impact when foreign forces force drama to happen. Instead, I think that they should have focused on the Lovecraftian mystical underwater exploration, with local leisure as a flavorful side content. Again, don't get me wrong, the drama story is good, I just suggest that a different theme would have been more fitting. The gameplay is almost unchanged. Nameless randomly spawning storytelling NPCs are back, with even more random knowledge to randomly get. One of the few Witcher contracts that requires you to actively farm is here too, and this time it is you who trolls the boat driver.
A short magic word. I know you can do it.
The chapter adds 4 locations: shore, village, fields and island. Shore is good. Village is too large for its emptiness. Fields are that, plus weird uneven terrain making it annoying to traverse. And island is an NPC, gauntlet with mobs and a boss fight shrine. I can speculate that they had planned more content but ran out of time/money, but as it is, if village and fields locations were combined into one, the quality of experience would have increased. If going further for my wet dreams, all the village stuff is situated on the shore, all the Lady of the Lake stuff is on the island, and all the action is happening on the fields and in an underwater Twix factory.
LOL.
Next, a more global theme, the balance in this game. But before we do that, I want to thank anyone who made it this far. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe and leave your feedback in the comment section. This is vital for my content creator morale. Thank you. Let's continue to the balance. Why is it important? Simply because if a feature is imbalanced, it becomes either irritating or irrelevant. In the first case, players will delete your game and cry all over the internet about how it is bad, and in the second you will throw these millions of developing costs money for nothing. Either way, Thanos will not be pleased. The first thing that comes to mind when mentioning balance is the combat one. Here everything is pretty simple. We have right choices skill tree-wise.
Group style.
not impede me.
But the whole leveling system is built in such a way that player will level up pretty much everything by the end, so it almost doesn't matter. If a player somehow will end up leveling suboptimal stuff or ignoring quests, there is huge variety of consumables to compensate for that. Which brings us to the alchemy. You can craft potions, oils and bombs consumables to greatly enhance your character's stats in tough battles. Balance-wise, it is mostly useful for newer players, because if you know what you are doing, alchemy will trivialize combat to running around kicking babies. But that's okay. For experienced players, there are still some non-combat utility potions, while struggling players will find alchemy life-saving. Sounds like a good design.
I knew you wouldn't disappoint me.
The next type of balance is a more subtle one, the economic balance. I already said that limited inventory was a bad move, but in reality the whole economic system in this game is questionable. Some examples. Every human enemy drops his weapons upon death. Why? The damage is always inferior to what you already have. I can only imagine short weapons being borderline useful for status effects, but even then it is some sort of wicked perversion. Weird obsession with different kinds of food. Mechanically it provides some amount of continuous healing, but you have to have 5 stacks of different cost food to maximize the effect. I cannot imagine a world in which a player is desperate enough for bonuses that he has to do this, for it is unspeakably more convenient just to keep a swallow potion. Strong alcohol exists only to be alchemized into the white gall. Gifts are used in like 10 instances throughout the game. The whole trading system is pointless. Almost everything you can buy is easily obtainable via looting in great numbers, and if you want to buy something, you can grind money easily, so price is not a problem. I hope that I persuaded you. But how could we fix it? No more inventory limit, no more weapon drops from people, lootable houses are no longer lootable, only dungeons and similar places are. Armor is placed as the main quest reward at the end of chapter 2, free books are already scattered all around the place, and craftable weapons no longer cost money. How will we reward a player for quests? With gift items for these nameless storytelling or Playboy page NPCs, with consumables, with rare ingredients, with books, options are plentiful. It will take some work relocating loot, but it is easier than implementing a whole mechanic. But really what we have here is not that bad as I make it sound. A system disbalanced in a player's favor can still work with flavor, while the opposite is not true. We may even not cut out trading completely. Tweaking here and there is possible, until rewards feel rewarding, values are valuable, and everything makes sense.
I won't judge you. I just hope you know what you're doing.
It's time to stop. It may seem that in this episode I scolded the living crap out of the game. Well, I praised it thus far, and it simply is the inevitable that has finally came. So I decided to put all the critique in chapter where the whole game begins to decline. It saddens me. Their effort in making the game of all games is visible with naked eyes, and they did a great job at making the most out of what they had. The thing is that every mistake is someone's time and salary wasted. Maybe if they were focused more on their fortes instead of going wide, the dream could have been achieved.
Romantic indeed.
I hope that you enjoyed this video. Next time our journey will come to an end with the last chapter, so stay tuned, subscribe to my channel, leave your feedback in the comment section and tell all over the internet about this video. But for now, с вами был товарищ Комрад, out.